2020, Tony here, and this is Bitcoin SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So strengths and weaknesses, those are internal factors. Opportunities and threats, those are external factors. Let's start with strengths. So it is open source, and that means if you know how to code, please go ahead and check the software, check the code, how it works, what it does. It is decentralized, so it doesn't have a single point of failure. It is working on voluntary basis, and anyone in the world can be a part of this network. It is recognizable. We've been around for around 11 years, I guess. Pseudonymous. So if you want to receive or send Bitcoin, you're using this pseudonymous Bitcoin address. It operates 24/7. And it is pretty difficult to confiscate. So in case you have a need to do that, what you can do is to generate a new seed phrase when you will create a new wallet on any device, and then write down the seed phrase. It will be a string of 12 or 24 words. Then you memorize those letters and you can destroy the device. After you cross the border, on any device you get, you install a Bitcoin wallet and you restore a wallet. Using your memory, using all those words that you memorized, you can type them in and get full access to all your Bitcoin. It is the best store of value the world has ever seen, and it is basically trustless. It has finite known supply of around 21 million coins, and it is divisible into a unit called Satoshi. It is 1/8 decimal part of 1 Bitcoin. So you can buy as much as 0.000000001 Bitcoin. Dynamic price discovery helps us to see a real price in different currencies around the world. So now some weaknesses. So scaling is definitely a major problem for the main Bitcoin network, because at this particular moment in time, it is very difficult to facilitate millions of transactions on the main Bitcoin network, because the space of the block is only 1 megabyte. Key management experience is another concept that for some people is very difficult, that you need to write the seed phrase, you need to store it safely, and you need to be responsible for your funds. So in case you do some mistakes, you can lose access to all your Bitcoin, and that's definitely scary for many people and might be a little bit confusing at first. Some people are talking about uneven distribution and that early adopters got the most reward. And volatility in fees is not allowing us to tell precisely what price are we going to pay for our transaction to be confirmed in the first block, let's say. So now opportunities. I strongly believe that Bitcoin will become the global reserve currency. We have sidechain solutions that are allowing us to scale, which means we can pay for our juice in a store in a second using Lightning or Liquid networks. Redistribution of wealth. The entry into owning Bitcoin is pretty small comparing to opening a bank account in some countries. All you need to do is to have a smartphone or any kind of digital device, and then you will be able to be a part of this global network. It is very efficient for remittances, and redistribution of wealth also comes with an understanding of your own wealth and of the possibilities that your wealth is giving you. So people are able to share more when they have more. Smart contracts are allowing us to create trustless mathematical equations that are not relying on any person or any organization, but they're relying strictly on math and code. So this is pretty beautiful. We can have new business models, and already now we can play games and earn Bitcoin. We can do micro tasks and earn Bitcoin. There are different kind of functions and different kind of business models are coming up that we don't even know as for now. Reduce systemic risk, that's a great one. If we don't have fractional reserve banking, we eliminate a great deal of problems. Now, threats, definitely hacking. If we're talking about online life, everything can be hacked. And if someone records your screen or captures your password or some way or another gets an access to your device, they can potentially steal all your funds if you're not using very good safety practices. 51% attack is very similar to kind of an attack on a company when one person is buying 51% of all shares. This person or entity, they basically control the organization. So similar can happen with Bitcoin when 51% of hash power will be in single hands and people can split the chain, they can mine empty blocks. There are a bunch of different scary things that can happen to Bitcoin because of this attack, and it can greatly affect the price of Bitcoin. A legal framework, it's one of the dangers that comes when dealing with different laws that are changing so fast, no one can keep up with that, and the ancient system will try to protect its legacy by implementing laws that are not working in favor of new technologies. Obviously, power grid and internet failure cuts us off from any digital device, and eventually, if we don't have electricity, all our digital equipment will become a pile of plastic, metal, and some other bits and pieces. Scams, definitely plenty in this field. People are trying to steal your Bitcoin in any possible way. They will grant you any kind of wishes and any kind of interest if only you let them hold your Bitcoin, or if only you share your seed phrase with them, which is basically one and the same thing. So scams are plenty and people are losing money as we speak. Identification of users, that's also a great problem, as KYC, know your customer. When exchanges are collecting bulk data about their customers, and very often it looks like a honeypot for hackers. So we had many leaks of personal information such as your address, how much Bitcoin you own, your mobile phone number. All this information can get into wrong hands if you share it with people and exchanges in particular. So identification of users is pretty big threat. Thank you for listening, and stack sats and be happy. Peace out.